How do I say this? Ariana is just weird and I don't like what's happening. They are acting crazy and it's really bothering me. It's like an obsession.
Are you kidding me right now? The internet has decided that Cynthia Erivo is somehow controlling Ariana Grande, and the evidence being used to prove this theory is absolutely wild. TikTok clips with dramatic music, red carpet moments edited out of context, and a friendship so close that people can't handle it. So let's actually talk about what's happening here, because this narrative says way more about the people spreading it than it does about these two women. November 13th, 2025, at the Wicked for Good premiere in Singapore, a man named Johnson Wen jumped the barricade and physically grabbed Ariana Grande, which kicked this whole thing off. Cynthia Erivo immediately stepped between them, pulled him away, and shielded Ariana from the situation while everyone else was still processing what happened. Wen was arrested and sentenced to 9 days in jail for public nuisance, and Cynthia later explained that she wasn't really thinking. She just wanted to make sure her friend was safe. That protective moment, which anyone would do for someone they care about, somehow got twisted into proof that Cynthia is possessive and controlling. The clip went viral with added interpretations, and suddenly, Cynthia is controlling starts trending like it's a verified fact. But here's the thing nobody wants to talk about. May 2017, the Manchester Arena bombing during Ariana's concert killed 22 people and injured over 1,000.
There are some nasty rumors going around about Ariana and Cynthia. The headlines read that Cynthia's partner, Lena Waithe, can't stand Ariana Grande, and there are some clues to accompany this assumption because Lena's been posting some really cryptic things on her story,
leaving her with publicly documented PTSD that she's discussed multiple times. British Vogue interviewed her in 2018, and she admitted she didn't think she'd ever know how to talk about the attack without crying. By February 2025, she opened up on the Hollywood Reporters Awards Chatter podcast about dealing with PTSD, grief, depression, and anxiety through intensive therapy, describing how music became part of the remedy that saved her life. When the Singapore incident happened, sources told the Daily Mail that the red carpet ambush caused Grande's mind to jump to the darkest possibilities, because incidents like this bring back the terror she felt years ago. Someone suddenly approaching or charging at her triggers a reaction almost like PTSD, as her mind immediately goes to the worst-case scenario, which means Cynthia stepping in to protect her friend during a moment that could genuinely trigger trauma makes perfect sense. Having someone who understands that, who moves before you even have to ask, that's not domination. That's a real friend who knows what you need without being told. Wicked Part 1 opened with $112.5 million domestically and has made $758.4 million worldwide, which is what Ariana and Cynthia are actually celebrating right now. December 29th, 2024, it officially became the highest-grossing musical film adaptation of all time, surpassing Mamma Mia and rewriting the record books. Wicked for Good opened even bigger with $147 million, smashing the record for the best opening weekend for a Broadway musical adaptation and proving the first film wasn't a fluke. These two women just starred in the most successful Broadway-to-film franchise in history.
And really take care of each other, on screen and off screen, and just kind of have a really truthful friendship and a beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's going to fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo
right.
gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, because
So if they look attached to each other during this press tour, maybe that's because they're proud of themselves and happy that their dream actually worked. People online are acting like Cynthia came out of nowhere, like she has no business being confident or assertive. But let's talk about who she actually is. A Tony Award in 2016 for Best Actress in a Musical for The Color Purple put her on the map. A Grammy Award in 2017 for Best Musical Theater Album for the same cast recording followed. Then a Daytime Emmy Award alongside her Color Purple castmates for their performance on NBC's Today Show that same year. Harriet in 2019 brought 2 Academy Award nominations. one for Best Actress and one for Best Original Song, and Wicked in 2025 got her another Oscar nomination for Best Actress. She's just one Oscar win away from achieving EGOT status, and she hosted the 78th Annual Tony Awards in June 2025, standing on that stage as one of the most respected performers in the industry. Nobody was calling her controlling back then, and, funny enough, it wasn't a problem until she became close to Ariana Grande. The holding space moment from late 2024 became impossible to escape if you were online at all. Out Magazine journalist Tracy Gilchrist told Ariana and Cynthia during an interview that people are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that, which made Cynthia respond emotionally. "That's really powerful. That's what I wanted," she said. And Ariana grabbed onto Cynthia's finger during the exchange without fully understanding what was happening. The moment went mega viral and became one of the most referenced memes of the entire awards season, spawning thousands of parody videos and reaction clips. Amy Poehler's podcast gave Ariana a chance to explain later, and she admitted she didn't know what any part of it meant, that she didn't understand the first sentence, and definitely didn't understand what was happening or how Cynthia responded. "I'm going to grab this because she looks like you might need something. I don't know what the tapping was about."
Once the Oscars are over, are you going to take a little vacation for yourself?
Oh my God, what's that? What is that?
It's a thing people do, you know, and they go to a beach.
I'm kidding. Perhaps. I need to go visit my Nona again. I've been trying to dip down as many times as I can, like when I have little days here and there. So that'll probably be the first stop, but...
She confessed. The 2025 Golden Globes saw host Nikki Glaser reference the moment during her opening monologue, and Ariana and Cynthia recreated it right there in the audience for everyone watching. Ariana saw Cynthia getting emotional and instinctively reached out to offer comfort, even though she didn't fully understand the context of the conversation, which is what that moment actually shows. That's empathy between two people who care about each other. But the internet took that same moment and started diagnosing their friendship like it's a psychology case study. Every time they hold hands, every time Cynthia speaks up for Ariana, every time they're emotional together, people dissect it for hidden meanings instead of accepting it at face value. Cynthia herself explained their dynamic during an interview by saying, "Ari needs contact when there's emotion. She needs to be close, so I just be there with her for a second. That's not possession. That's understanding your friend's needs and showing up for them without making them ask." Matching for good tattoos came next, a permanent reminder of the bond they formed while spending over a year filming both Wicked movies together. Paris in November 2025 brought news during a press interview that their duet Defying Gravity earned a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Duo Group Performance, and Cynthia gasped and covered her mouth in disbelief while Ariana clasped her hands to her chest, visibly emotional about sharing this recognition. November 17, 2025, at the New York premiere of Wicked for Good, Universal reps told media that Cynthia was not feeling well and had lost her voice, and that both she and Ariana would not be doing interviews as a result. Variety reported that Grande had chosen to skip interviews in solidarity with Erivo, refusing to sit through press obligations while one of them couldn't speak. Photos on the carpet still happened, but the interviews didn't. And that's loyalty rather than manipulation. Ariana posted on Instagram from The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon set with the caption, "Moments before COVID," after the press tour concluded.
What's the biggest pinch me moment for each of you on the set? Was it the day you arrived on the set or some special moment that happened during the filming of this for each of you? What was the biggest pinch me moment for each of you?
Biggest pinch me moment.
Every day.
One of the most exciting days for you?
I think, oh my goodness. Defying Gravity was really exciting.
Revealing she got sick right after pushing through this entire exhausting press run. The comment sections filled up fast with conspiracy theories ready to go. How convenient. Cynthia wants no one to start questioning her weird behavior with Ariana. How much power does that woman have over Ariana? Drop the obsession with her, for God's sake. That narrative, that Cynthia is some mastermind pulling strings, ignores the most obvious explanation sitting right in front of everyone. Ariana didn't want to do press without her co-star and best friend, because having Cynthia there makes her feel grounded during overwhelming situations. Nobody wants to say out loud what everyone's thinking, but there is a very specific reason why Cynthia Erivo is being painted as aggressive, possessive, and controlling, while Ariana Grande is being painted as helpless, quiet, and in need of rescue. Misogynoir is what it's called, the intersection of racism and sexism specifically targeting Black women, and SCA posted on Instagram calling out exactly this. You're not bugging and no one is too woke? It's classic misogynoir? Nothing else. She wrote. Can't believe it's openly a thing in 2025. Everyone's gonna have cognitive dissonance 2 years later, like remember when everyone attacked Cynthia for being Black, bald, and nurturing. That was crazy. It could just stop now. Zanetta Miller, a publicist at niche PR boutique, told Newsweek that Black women are uniquely targeted with stereotyped and biased tropes that bleed into online spaces of discourse, explaining how the criticism works. Misogynoir often appears through the criticism and policing of Black women's communication, including tone, where confidence may be reframed as attitude and leadership as aggression. Dark-skinned Black women routinely experience disproportionate backlash due to colorism, especially when occupying highly visible cultural roles, while white women like Grande are often met with empathy without the racialized scrutiny applied to their Black counterparts. Film content creator Maureen Abraham, known as the Film Diva, posted a video on Instagram that got over 840,000 views calling out this exact issue with the online discourse. Maybe I'm that friend that's too woke, but I honestly do not find what's funny with all these different memes and videos villainizing and making fun of Cynthia Erivo, she said. Ariana Grande liked that video, watching this happen and supporting the people defending Cynthia against these narratives instead of staying silent.
Beautiful sistership that continues to grow and grow even through this press tour. Something's bothering her. She's gonna fix something. I know.
Sorry.
She's getting the fixing itch that Cynthia Erivo gets.
It's not there.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
The Santa Barbara International Film Festival's Kirk Douglas Awards in December 2025 brought another example when Fab TV reporter Fernando Escobar repeatedly pressed Cynthia to identify herself as tough, repeating the word several times. Cynthia corrected the framing by stating that strength exists alongside vulnerability, with a calm and measured answer, yet the insistence continued anyway. That interview is a perfect example of how people refuse to let Black women be multidimensional, insisting she has to be tough, she has to be the protector, she can't just be a friend who cares. The memes made everything worse instead of better. One viral animated clip reached more than 2 million likes by painting Cynthia as a massive figure carrying Ariana like a baby in an exaggerated cartoon style. Posts targeted her bald hairstyle and used exaggerated edits to depict her as overly forceful, while content creators, including men dressing up as Cynthia, were creating videos with underlying tones of racism. Hours after the Singapore premiere, clips taken from different angles were seen by millions, and the conversation moved from concern about the safety breach to criticism of Cynthia's looks and the way she acted. Entertainment analysts noted that online culture can amplify racial and gender stereotypes at speed, especially when images are removed from context and circulated for comedic effect without anyone questioning the harm. The people who actually know Ariana are not worried at all, which should tell you something. Her brother, Frankie Grande, exclusively told Us Weekly he's just so unbelievably proud of his little sister being nominated for an Oscar. Admitting I'm going to cry on this red carpet. It's very emotional for us as a family, and so we're just there to support her, whatever she needs, he explained. Frankie adores Cynthia and posts about their friendship constantly, tearing up with pride watching them perform Defying Gravity at the Oscars while celebrating their bond publicly. March 2nd, 2025, the 97th Academy Awards gave Cynthia and Ariana the opening slot where they performed a medley, including Somewhere Over the Rainbow, Home from the Wiz, and Defying Gravity. 7 minutes of performance met with a standing ovation from the entire audience, while Wicked received 10 Oscar nominations and won 2 for Best Costume Design and Best Production Design. If nominated for Wicked for Good, they would become the 7th and 8th performers in Oscars history to be recognized twice for the same role, cementing their place in awards history. 2 women worked together on the biggest project of their careers and became close friends through the experience. One of them has documented trauma that makes certain situations triggering, while the other steps in to help when those moments happen without being asked. They're emotional during interviews because they're proud and overwhelmed by the success they've achieved together, and they skip press events in solidarity when one of them is sick. Celebrating each other's nominations and wins comes naturally to them, and somehow, the internet has decided this is a problem that needs solving. Maybe the issue isn't Cynthia and Ariana at all. Maybe the issue is that we've been trained to see close female friendships as suspicious.
Popular. It's so great. That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame.
Unable to handle 2 women being emotionally vulnerable with each other without pathologizing it immediately. Maybe it's that a Black woman showing leadership and confidence makes people uncomfortable, so they reframe it as aggression to make themselves feel better. Maybe it's that Ariana's anxiety and need for support gets turned into weakness instead of just being human and dealing with real trauma. Multiple reputable sources, including Newsweek and entertainment outlets, have explicitly stated that the claims about controlling behavior have no factual basis whatsoever. This is internet speculation that spiraled because people wanted a story that didn't exist, creating drama out of nothing. Nobody from their families, their co-stars, or their team has expressed concern about anything, and the only people worried are strangers on the internet who've decided they know better than everyone actually involved. Do you see this as a genuine friendship being misunderstood, or do you think there's something actually concerning here? Drop your take in the comments, but I'm asking you to really think about why you believe what you believe before typing. Are you reacting to what you actually see, or are you reacting to an edited narrative that's been shaped by memes, stereotypes, and assumptions designed to get clicks and engagement? Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are living their lives, celebrating their success, and supporting each other through one of the most intense periods of their careers. The rest of us are just watching from the outside. And maybe it's time to ask ourselves why we're so invested in finding a problem where there isn't one, turning a beautiful friendship into a controversy that never needed to exist.